Have you ever worked really hard for something and then when you finally got it, you realize that you didn't want it anymore? In 2012, I remember being a financial consultant. I was on an incentive trip to Zurich. So during the gala, everyone was very well dressed, right? With their perfect gowns. And then my hair was fully made up as well. And as we were lining up to collect our awards, I looked around me and I saw everyone taking photos enthusiastically. As the glaring spotlight was shining on my face, I remember feeling very uncomfortable and I thought to myself, what's the point in all of this? I understood that I was being rewarded for my hard work, but I didn't understand the reward. Instead, I remembered the friendships that I put at risk because I was trying to pitch to them and the amount of hard work that I had put in, neglecting my friends and my family. All of that just to stand on that stage that night. It had no meaning to me. So then I thought to myself, oh, I sacrificed all of that just for this moment on the stage. I understood the achievement, but I didn't understand the meaning. I didn't really understand what I was being rewarded with. And then I thought to myself, oh, is this success? But I didn't have an answer for that. And I went back to work. I continued doing what I had always done, but the question stayed with me. And then I became a mother. And that is when this question came up again. So within the first 24 hours of becoming a mother, a client had a claim which needed me to do the follow-up. I replied her almost immediately when she texted and told her that I had just given birth. And then once I settled down, I will get back to her again, which I did. So within a week of being in confinement, I actually went to collect her documents and settled her claims. At that same point in time, I was struggling to breastfeed and my baby also had jaundice. But I still felt that I had to be responsible and deliver whatever that I promised the client to do. So later on, my client told me that she was unhappy about the speed of my service. And I remember at that point in time, I felt completely crushed. Because somehow I thought that if I gave enough, I worked hard enough, surely I could prove that I was good enough. I know some of you may say that, oh, it's just only that one client out of the many clients that you have. You shouldn't let it affect you, but it sure did. So as the years went by, I started to ask, what if I was very good at building a life that I didn't really want? And then I started to see a pattern in myself. I had become very good at being the person who could always be counted on, but I did not stop to ask whether I wanted to keep living that way. In both situations that I mentioned, I was measuring myself against an external definition of success. Make the client happy, right? Be dependable, hit the target, achieve the awards, and then you will be successful. But successful for what and at what cost? And I think this is happening to a lot more of us than we realize. We chase the promotion and the salary. We chase after a particular level of lifestyle. We even chase our children's achievements sometimes. And as Singaporeans, we are very good at asking how do we get there. But what we don't ask often enough is, do I actually want the life waiting for me when I get there? Have you ever thought if you are working exactly towards what you wanted in life, what would your life look like on an ordinary Tuesday? I'm not talking about your work life. I'm talking about your actual life. Who are you with? Where are you right now? How much time do you have? And how tired are you? What are you worrying about? And what are you free to do? Sometimes I think that we fall in love with the outcome and we forget to examine the lifestyle that is attached to it, the things that we lose along the way. That is important as well. I've also had some of my previous businesses fail. So after all these years, what do I really think success is like? I don't think it's about owning a certain number of things. And I don't even think that it is necessary to build a big business. For me, I think success has 5 parts. And first would be financial sustainability. I want to be financially secure. Money does matter, but owning less, being contented with what you have, and living within your means can also be a very comfortable way to live. Secondly, I want to have autonomy, which means that I want some control over how I spend my time and what I work on. And that also means that I can spend time with myself whenever I want to. The third one would be I feel that life has to have meaning and purpose. I want to feel that what I'm doing matters to me and I'm creating an impact or influencing the next generation. For example, that would be also running a business that serves mothers who don't have time to cook for their babies, which is currently what I'm doing now. The fourth thing I want to have is also relationships. I don't want to build something impressive while becoming absent from the people I love. And the fifth will be growth. I don't need business growth. I still want to learn new things. I still want to get challenged. I want to explore new hobbies and I still want to become a better person. And that's why I'm starting this channel now. I don't have everything figured out, but I want to invite you to join me on this journey.